Picture this, being born, not to live, not to grow, not even to survive, but to suffer and then disappear. Welcome to nature, a system that doesn't care about fairness, only outcomes. Today, we're looking at the most unfair lives in the animal kingdom. And by the end of this, you might start to wonder why fairness exists at all. Let's start simple. Ants, millions of them, working together. Efficient, organized, impressive. But here's the part we don't talk about. Most ants are born into a life they can't escape. No choices, no career change, no finding yourself. Just work. From the moment they emerge, they are assigned a role. Worker, soldier, nurse, and they will perform that role until they die. No promotions, no retirement, no recognition. If they die, they're replaced immediately. The colony continues like nothing happened. To the colony, the individual doesn't matter. The system does. And in some species, it gets worse. There are ants that literally explode themselves to defend the colony. They rupture their own bodies, spraying toxic chemicals at enemies. Effective, but let's be honest, that's not a great day. Now figure this. You're a fish, swimming normally. Everything feels fine until something attaches to your tongue. It feeds on it, slowly, then replaces it.
Huh?
Yes. There is a parasite that eats a fish's tongue and then becomes the tongue. From that point on, the fish uses the parasite to eat, like nothing happened. You are alive, but a part of you has been replaced, and you can't do anything about it. Nature doesn't fix the problem. It adapts around it. Some birds never raise their own offspring, not because they're lazy, because they've been tricked. The cuckoo bird lays its eggs in another bird's nest. The host bird doesn't notice. The egg hatches, and the chick immediately pushes the real babies out of the nest. One by one, gone. Now the parent bird is left, raising a child that isn't theirs, feeding it, protecting it, working tirelessly for someone else's genes, and they never know. Imagine raising a child that deleted your entire family and still loving it. That's not fair. That's brutal. Now let's talk about sacrifice. Female octopuses are some of the most dedicated mothers on Earth. Once they lay their eggs, they guard them constantly. No breaks, no food, no distractions. They clean the eggs, protect them, keep them oxygenated for weeks, sometimes months. And during all that time, they do not eat at all. They slowly starve. Their body begins to shut down. By the time the eggs hatch, they are barely alive. And then they die. Their entire purpose was to protect something they would never live to see it grow. Now let's say your entire existence comes down to one moment. Male bees, the drones, have one job: mate with the queen. That's it. They don't gather food, they don't build, they don't contribute. They just wait. And if they succeed, they die immediately, because the act literally tears them apart. If they don't succeed, they're kicked out of the hive and left to starve. So either way, your life ends badly. That's the full career path. Some frog species lay eggs in small pools. Limited resources, limited space. And when those eggs hatch, there's a problem. Not enough food. So the strongest tadpoles eat the others. They're siblings. It's not aggression, it's survival. The system forces a decision, and the outcome is always the same. Only a few make it. The rest become food. You are born into competition, and the competition is your family. Now, let's zoom out. Because maybe the most unfair life isn't one dramatic moment. It's constant pressure. If you're a prey animal, your entire life is stress. You don't relax. You don't feel safe. You're always scanning, always listening, always ready to run. Because one mistake is the end. There's no warning, no second chance, just silence. And the worst part, you never know when it's coming. There's a species of spider where the male approaches the female very carefully because he knows something. This could be the last thing he ever does. If he succeeds in mating, the female may immediately eat him. Not later, not eventually, immediately. Sometimes during the act, sometimes right after. And here's the part that makes it worse. Some males don't even try to escape. They just accept it. Because if they don't reproduce, their genes end there. So their entire life becomes a trade. Reproduction for existence. In Antarctica, Emperor penguins live in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The males are responsible for protecting the egg, so they stand there, holding it on their feet for months in freezing temperatures. No food, no movement, just wind, cold, and waiting. If they move too much, the egg freezes. If they leave, the egg dies. So they stand and slowly lose body weight, sometimes up to half, all just to keep something alive that hasn't even hatched yet. Some caterpillars are infected by parasitic wasps. The wasp lays eggs inside them. The larvae hatch and begin feeding from the inside, but carefully, they avoid the vital organs. They don't want the caterpillar to die yet. They keep it alive while eating it, piece by piece. And when they're done, they leave, and the caterpillar finally dies. Not quickly, not suddenly, but slowly, while fully aware. So, why does this exist? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Nature is not trying to be fair. It's not trying to be kind. It's not even trying to reduce suffering. It's optimizing for survival, for reproduction, for continuation. If a system works, it stays, even if it's brutal, even if it looks wrong, even if it feels unfair, because fairness is not part of the algorithm. We like to believe the world is balanced, that things happen for a reason, that there's some kind of justice in how life works. But when you look closely at ants that explode, fish that lose their tongues, parents raising the wrong children, mothers that starve, offspring that eat each other, you start to see something else. A system that doesn't care who suffers, as long as something survives. And the strange part is, we came from that system. We carry it. We just added meaning on top of it. So the question isn't, why is nature unfair? The real question is, why did we expect it to be fair in the first place? If you enjoyed this, there's a lot more where this came from. Nature doesn't run out of strange ideas. It just keeps testing them, and some of them are still running.